You're now rocking with the Patio PolitiCz.
What up? East the deal, world was happening, was cracking with y'all, man. Wherever
cracking.
you may be, man. From the top of the globe to the bottom. Great evening, afternoon, and morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Ratchets and
shout out to Rats
and pimps and hoes, hustlers, all that, man. But what up, man? We glad that y'all rocking with us today. We're gonna do not just a movie review, but we're gonna put a little spirituality. We're gonna talk about a lot of shit, not just this movie, but it's different genre. It's a created genre that's unspoken of when it comes down to this movie. So we're gonna be slightly reviewing Divorce in the Black. I don't have to say who directed it. They directed The Oval, The Half and Half Nods.
Oh, you just told everybody.
Yeah,
they didn't know.
Now y'all know. For those that don't know, so you guys are familiar with the work. But I feel the film is along the lines of The Photograph and Queen and Slim, yada 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 yada. Unrealistic black movies for the black couples to, it's fucking up people. It's fucking up our people, not people. We're fucking up our people. As the great Spike Lee said years ago before they made him recant his statements, buffoonery and coonery at its finest, but we will get into that in a second. Before we go into the theme, fellas, introduce yourself, man. Please.
Kendon, Rider for Life family, y'all know the deal.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
Trouble T Mills.
Trouble
today.
T.
Trouble
Shit.
T. For this
shit.
one especially. Cinematographer, Rider for Life Films.
Yes, sir. Let's get it.
The value that allows you the opportunity to roll with me. Get up in the car with me, King McMillie. It's time to ride.
It's time to ride. It's time to ride. And I hope y'all riding with us. Don't go nowhere because I know a lot of y'all won't do it. And y'all love these movies. Just listen.
Time to shout.
Listen with your heart, not your ears. And we'll be back in a tick on the Patio PolitiCz.
We hope you stay a while. Cause it's Rider for Life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. Cause it's Rider for Life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like, yeah. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. I said it's Rider for Life. Come in with the shows that you like. We trying to be the best on the mic. DJ playing cuts that you like, yeah. It could be the start of your day, or maybe just the end of your night. But if you rock it with us, Patio PolitiCz is gonna do you right. Oh, cause it's Rider for Life. Trying to be part of your life, yeah. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. Cause it's Rider for Life. Trying to be part of your life. We got whatever you like. Come on and just give us a try, yeah. We hope you stay a while.
Yes, sir. We hope you stay a while, because if you don't, we're going to sit you down and allow you to watch these movies.
Man.
In
gonna
full. No
tape
breaks,
your
though.
eyes open, no piss breaks.
Nothing.
No snacks.
No popcorn, because we need your undivided attention.
Yeah, we're
And we
gonna
need
sit
a review.
Gonna sit a
Yes.
Bible on top of the TV.
We're going to indoctrinate you with these movies.
Yes. Now, this movie, you guys, it got two actors. One is more seasoned in the great Megan Good, and then you got Corey Hardwick, I believe his name is. Hardwick. Okay, yeah. I remember him from the Tupac movie. Those are familiar with All Eyes on Me. He played a prolific character in that film who had a slight relationship with Tupac, or whatever the case may be. That's where I know his acting from. It's from the Tupac movie. But overall, the movie, just to summarize it, you guys, it's about a woman who's in an abusive relationship. She gets out the relationship, falls in love with another man. The ex-husband is possessive, crazy, stalking her, harassing her, overly harassing her to get a divorce. Once she gets the divorce, boom, there it is. But he's still harassing. And then you guys know the story. It's the same story that's being recycled and told over and over and over. I like to call them the damsel in distress stories. T, what did you say earlier you like to call it?
I think it's called the Mary Sue.
The Mary Sue. Just for those that don't know what the Mary Sue and the damsel in distress is, it's the black wife who's I cook, I clean, I do everything. I'm guilty of nothing. I'm the perfect wife for you, but you kick me in the stomach, literally. You knock me down the stairs. You're disrespectful to my mom, my grandma. It's one of those movies. It's one of those movies, and I think I could speak for a lot of fans of black movies, we're tired of seeing the same recycled as stories.
Yeah.
Over and over and over again. There was a point in time in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, and early 2000s, and I say early 2000s for the millennials. Those are movies like, I think 99, you got Best Man. You have The Wood.
Man.
These movies were still
So
uplifting.
good. Yeah.
The black love in that, it made you aspire to want a wife like that, a woman like that. It had black sisters.
To be a man like
Yeah,
that.
to be a man like that.
To be a woman like that.
To be a woman like that. It wasn't no divine masculine and feminine. You knew what a man was, you knew what a woman was, and it was black organic love. It had these women, these sisters out there, man, wanting to be like these women. The Sanaa Lathans, the Nia Longs, the Tamala Joneses, man. These beautiful sisters who was putting on just Elise Niels, who were just killing the screen with just elegance and beauty. Not saying Megan Good didn't, because she's a good actress in her own right. But just the storytelling, you guys.
Still look good too, don't you?
Yeah, she still looks beautiful, very beautiful.
Okay.
The storytelling. You want to?
Okay. I don't.
I just wanted to generalize it for everybody, so the viewers watching it, the fellas, will know. Yeah.
When I analyze these things now, I look at especially where they're going with the dialogue a lot of times, because we've lost the art a lot of times of show don't tell.
Yeah.
And so a lot of what I saw in the dialogue, which I see constantly in the dialogue, is recycled buzzwords that are popular right now on the internet. Like I'm listening to conversations specifically because I'm wanting to see what writers
in this particular joint, in this particular project.
This particular joint, but many others. But this one's on the pedestal right now.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm listening to things and I'm like, you got that from somewhere.
Like they recycling trending topics.
I'm like,
yes.
you listen to a podcast, or you listen to
taking shit from YouTube and social media and putting it in a movie.
I was like, you literally recycled this word for word, and then I'm like, I'm looking at situations where I'm like, it's just totally freaking unbelievable, because people in the past have told me like, well, you invented that, so you can't judge that situation. I'm like, first off, it isn't about whether or not I can judge it or not. I know what people look like who are thinking, and people who look what they look like when they're moving mechanically.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, the script is almost came off as though the script was like a football playbook. You go here, you go there, you do this, you do that. And it's over and over and over the same play again. It's like it's no passion, man.
It's like missionary sex.
Exactly. Yeah, that.
I don't even know if the actors and actresses, I mean, this is going on a stretch. I don't even know if they feel like they're really stretching themselves in these roles.
Yeah.
Exploring what you can and can't do, because it's like, all right, I'm really just playing another caricature that was recycled from 30 years ago.
Do you think certain actors are trying to do something like that? Like locate or grow?
No.
Certain people get to a certain spot and it's just like, I'm this person. Whatever role I get, I'm going to be me in that role.
Well, let me ask y'all, especially, all y'all, I mean, we all act, but, y'all act more than me, especially UK. How many times when you look at a script and it's completely written to a caricature, to a fault of a stereotype, how much playing around with it can you really do?
Man, right. Sometimes the dialogue or the scenario and the situations be like, okay, I kind of get where it's going. It's like small. It's only small rooms for implementing something different.
But can't you manipulate it with your facials?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's only small things probably that you can do depending on the writing of it.
Got you.
That part. And then the direction too has a lot to do with it. You get what I'm saying? I believe in this film, it's lackluster. It has a lot of components that's missing, and I think it's only because, again, no passion, man. It ties down to what are these movies being made for? And the scary part about it, these movies are becoming the biggest social media influence ever. So it's shaping people different, making them different. I wish back then in the early 2000s and 90s they had social media, for a generation like that, or the 80s, a generation like that, who was about we putting substance in these films. And when people walk out of this film, they're gonna feel empowered, not pissed off and this and that. Like, now you walk out, you watch that movie, you're gonna be pissed off.
I like that you asked, or that not asked, but you said, God damn it, I'll be having it. And right when it gets to me, I'll be like, shit, it was too fucking hot. Go, it'll come back. It'll come back.
I think what I see a lot of is outdated narratives because you look at characters. So you look at it. I say outdated because you could take the movie and put it out 20 years ago, and people resonate. So it's like outdated in the sense of like, okay, like I know we're saying we've seen all this before, but I mean even the characters should be able to think beyond cliche shit we're seeing.
Yeah, if they care enough.
That's what I said.
Enough.
It's about the bag, man. It's about
what
the
do you
bag,
think?
You know,
the message, or what message do you think was missed that should have been picked up from that film?
Misunderstanding. You talking about somebody who said they was with somebody since 17 years old. Her parents were deeply in the church. Her dad she was a PK, a preacher's kid. Like this, you should be attracting something different than a dude that killed his dad, because that's how the narrative was.
Be way attractive.
Yeah, the opening movie starts with her husband carrying a brother out of the funeral.
Yeah,
it's a whole argument scene with the lead arguing with the pastor who's the dad because he said some real shit. Now that didn't go miss. That scene.
What the pastor did?
Yes, the pastor was keeping it real about like basically he ain't in heaven. The nigga was causing hell.
Yeah. But
that was the realest thing that director has put in it, but it went over people's head because of the lackluster directing and the theatrics of the character. You get what I'm saying? And the lead, his mother, who was, you know what she was, she stole the show. Great actress. She stole the show. And that message of how many funerals we all have went to, you know, well, we with the homies. I knew what they was doing.
Yeah.
And if I'm going off the Bible, they probably not in heaven.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But we sit here and listen to this fake ass message that's being delivered that he's in heaven. It's, to me, it ain't even scaring other gang.
Because that's the thing to do in that setting.
It's the norm. Yeah. Instead of being real.
Yeah.
I feel if you being real, you're gonna win more souls.
Lord
it's gonna
forbid.
offend people. Yeah. It's gonna offend the shit out of people. But at that, what is the price of your salvation as a pastor? I'm gonna water down my word to satisfy them, or I'm gonna keep it a buck with the word and satisfy him.
He was judgmental like a motherfucker to me, man.
Yeah. Oh, the dad?
No, the pastor, man.
Yeah, the dad. Yeah,
man.
He took it too far.
He took it too far. I get where he was going though, but to me that was like that shit that make you leave for real.
He was too connected to the situation to give the soundest advice. But I'm gonna give some sound.
But answer me this.
It's gonna be some rickety in there though.
Answer me this though. With the exposition in the beginning of the movie, you know, of course, when they're giving you all the info, and of course, this person we know famous for writing this stuff. Again, I said show don't tell, but it's just, you know, tell us all the things. If they're the town, if they're known as the town like fuck ups or
badasses,
people that, you know, and
thugs,
and they're sitting in the front row of your congregation.
Wow.
And you've known this since she was 17, and your only thing you said, what did he say later in the film? I never wanted you to be with him. I'm like, so what happened up to the point when she was 17? You didn't steer your daughter in a different direction? You know, mama tried to quote unquote claim that, you know, I should have spent more time with you. I was giving to other people. I'm like, so.
But I feel his movies don't see women miss that. They pay attention to the action shit. Yes, you wasn't spending enough time with your daughter, woman.
But see, they don't see it that way. They're loyal.
Because he don't drive the message in his films.
It's those type of things are said so that the bigger picture can be seen. Let me show everybody this problem, this drama.
But not show light on the real problem.
Yeah, not show the reason why this problem is happening.
What
this
I
is
want
just
you to really get from it.
Yeah,
like,
this is what
the bullshit.
Yeah,
this is what everybody goes through. So this is what I'm going to show.
Right.
This woman came out of a 2-parent home.
Yeah,
parents been together for years.
Raised in the church.
A 2-parent home, raised in the church. And then not only that, you say from the beginning on from even when you're giving the eulogy that you knew these were the town fuck ups.
Yeah,
and you said about all her sons, basically, because basically what he was saying, he was hinting at all of them. You know, I mean, so it ain't even at this point about who's right or wrong. I'm just looking at all this shit, and I'm like, well, you let your daughter get mixed up in that. And then I'm like, okay, how long are we going to infantize her? Is she an adult at 17? Was she an adult at 18? Was she an adult at 21, 25?
I feel a lot of times with his films, he never hold the women accountable.
But that's what I said. How long are we going to infantize her?
We're going to bash the dark-skinned man. We'll have the typical dark-skinned friend is the bitchy friend, or the hood one that's, oh, girl, rah, 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 rah. And that's not realistic.
The light-skinned man going to be super manipulative.
Realistic.
No, the light-skinned man going to be the savior. No offense, Kay.
This stuff is never realistic. If you think about it. even when you look back to like Diary of a Mad Black Woman, they always try to make it look like so the good dude has to have something horrible attached to him that takes away from that per se. Because they were trying to make him look like he was a broke ass average dude. And I'm like, yo, working at a steel factory is not.
That's hard fucking.
That's hard fucking labor, and those dudes actually do get
12-hour days.
Yeah,
good money.
But the whole idea was
great money. Yeah.
The whole idea is, the bad boy, the one who broke my heart. He has the real money that I want and the real lifestyle that I want. And I'm looking at even this one when they showed the scenes where the mom was like kind of apologizing and whatnot, but I'm like, they did it in that soft, mellow of a manner because the sisterhood is going to stay loyal to that. They're not going to hold that account. Same as when you saw the party. I'm like, divorce parties I've seen are a real thing now, and I'm like, this is like
the first one I seen was Dr. Dre's. I didn't. Yeah,
I've seen them all over TikTok, bro. They really do shit like that. They get a cake made and everything.
That's crazy.
I've seen them get divorce parties where they have like the dude. You know how they draw the balloons on the
I get if something don't work, but you made a covenant with this person, even as a fucking friend, though.
Till death do us part.
Till death do us part. So that's what I'm saying. I know situations. I ain't never been married, but I'm saying I know shit get thick to where it's like it ain't gonna work. But where's the integrity for this person who used to be your friend or the father or the mother of your child? And it got to get to that point?
No, it was never had.
But the idea is, how are you having you're having damn near like a birthday party?
People celebrate the wrong type of shit on this fucking earth, man.
But the message is put out there. It's like it puts out to our younger sisters. Damn,
it's okay.
If it don't work, then shit. Look at that divorce.
I can have a party.
It's like a bachelorette party.
Yeah,
bro. They
all my options
look like a
gonna pull up.
Sorority, low key. Partying. Yeah.
Shirtless chocolate man. See, and that's what he doing in his
celebrating
film.
dysfunction.
The Chocolate Brothers. We got to be shirtless, beating ass, shirtless, carrying cake.
Sexualized.
Yeah, sexualized with bow ties.
Yeah.
That's some fantasy shit. That's some fantasy.
Maybe that's
we gonna take on that one. We gonna take a break and we'll be back in a tick on the
say it on the break.
Hey, y'all don't go nowhere. Stay with us.
A culmination of powerful properties that create balance and produce good energy. Cultivating a culture of mindfulness is a daily battle. We target your inner me. Physiological effects, change you can truly feel. Aesthetically pleasing on the surface, but handmade to help you heal.
Gonna let it fly.
You are now rocking with the Patio PolitiCz.
I know I'm crazy, but some of them I'll be catching hold on to that one.
It kills me with that though, just the overall message in it, because again, it's talking to our youth, it's talking to the millennials, just the next generation.
It's not setting us up proper at all.
It's not, and it's like I have to think. You got to look at certain directors and be like, okay, I didn't see Color Girls. Still probably won't, because I know the direction. Just reading the synopsis, seeing who's in it, recycled actresses. Here we go with these stories. Why couldn't be for colored men? And I know a lot of them gonna say, well,
why hasn't there been?
Why hasn't there been? Why? And it's like the same person who did for Color Girls. Can I picture them doing a movie about the Tuskegee Airmen?
Hey man, that's a
Well,
real.
I
cannot picture no
I can't
movie that has been
either.
watering the flowers of men, bro. Like
Yeah.
nothing has been really watering.
But you
that.
got to remember,
Yeah.
because I said this on another show.
Steve.
This stems from the idea that a lot of cats have been trained, mentally indoctrinated to find the validity in their manhood from the opinions of women.
Right.
Yeah.
This dude who we're talking about, because I put some notes down about this too, and I'm
Y'all
like,
should
yo,
see these notes. I've been
Like-
looking like
black boys, because remember, black boys are watching this stuff the same way when we were little and we watched movies for the first time or saw things that maybe our parents
Our
wouldn't
shit
go-
different. The movies in our generations was teaching us how to be man.
Yeah.
They were, but
And
when
we
I-
wasn't watching shit that we wasn't supposed to be watching until it was time.
Yeah, that part. Yeah.
Nah,
that's
well,
it was nighttime.
I was showing movies there.
We sneaking, but
But the point I'm making is that black boys will see this and instantly internalize the idea that like I have to. They'll see from sisters that sisters are fearful of them because they see how the men are in these movies. So you live your life thinking that like I gotta try hard not to be that. And even if you really aren't that at the core, you're always checking yourself because you think that you need to almost be in servitude to women for their fear of you being this, and that's not you at the core.
Walking on egg shit.
Yeah.
That depends on the
kinda.
man.
Yeah, I was
that
about to
depends
say
on the
that.
man you is
I was
though
gonna
too.
say
But I'm
that.
talking about boys growing up internalizing
I hear
this
you.
shit over and
I
over
hear you.
again.
I
I
hear
mean,
you.
Because I don't.
I see a lot of family households that feed their families his movies.
I don't see no young cats looking at any women in his movie saying I want to be with a woman like that. Nobody. Like
Well,
where it's like,
damn.
ooh, she bad.
Yeah.
When I watched The Wood, it was too many fine sisters in there that were sisters though.
Yeah.
Wasn't man bashing. I'm gonna give you
That was
one.
Tamala Jones. I think,
Yeah,
right?
Tamala Jones, Nia Long,
Neil Long.
Sanan Lathan. It was them. I think it was them three.
Yeah.
it was one more.
Lisa Ray was in there too.
Yeah, she was. But
And-
beautiful women.
Melinda
The
Williams.
water hose. Who was the
That was Tamala. Tamala
Okay.
Jones. Yeah.
She was in Booty Call.
Yeah.
But even if you look at when Forrest Whitaker directed Waiting to Excel, like it was a woman-based movie, classic, but it was with taste.
Yeah, it was good.
It was beautiful. It was with taste. It
I
wasn't
wrote
really,
a piece off of that movie.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. And you look at all these, he got men of every color in that motherfucker. And these is men at the height of their careers. Wesley Snipes, Leon, the
All-State guy.
All-State guy. Yeah, and these cats, they were dogs, but it was tasteful though.
Yeah.
It was tasteful, and the point was driven home about the movie without adding extras on it. I feel with this dude, he puts the nail in the coffin with black men, dude.
Oh, he puts the nail in the cross, man.
Yeah,
Fuck that. He puts the nail in the cross. We are the martyrs for the sake of his pockets.
You think that
Yeah.
comes from past pain? I gotta get off of this microphone.
no, I'm listening to you.
Does it come from past hurt? You think maybe his writing?
I think so.
It's
I think it's
consistent
therapeutic for him.
antagonism.
Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
Therapy and what he said.
He probably have maybe his circle of conversations revolve around a lot of that. Maybe
Yeah, I mean,
people that he's surrounded by.
let me read
is like
something to y'all
catering
real
to
quick.
that.
A quote from the movie bathroom scene when he was sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
This is where I'm talking about when I tell you can get inside the mind of writers. Instead of having a woman say it to him because they repeat this all the mainstream, he has Corey's character himself says, "I ain't shit and I ain't never gonna be shit."
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I'm like, all right, it's coming out in the writing, but I'm like, there are tons of other things on his mind, and I'm like,
Did she comfort that man in that moment? Because I haven't.
she was made
I
a
saw
Mary Sue
one
character.
You said no.
He was already fucking
was
up
already
so much to
fucked
that
up,
point. It wasn't nothing to console because of what he had did.
He was a time bomb already lit.
That's why I
at
wouldn't
that
call
point.
her a Mary Sue. Mary Sue would have consoled him in that moment. I think.
Yeah, that's
It was bad for him at that point when he ended up back in nah. And it's like I see these when I see okay, if this was a white version, right, of that type of movie, I would be more invested in it than.
because it wouldn't be so much fuckery. Going
But
It
see-
ain't so much buffoonery and coonery, and they drive the point home. If he abusive and whooping ass, that's what he is.
out the gate.
like the movie Enough, kind of.
Yeah,
Okay,
but was anything comical about that movie
no, but the thing also too that
besides Jennifer Lopez acting like a white girl? That's the comedy in it for me.
no, the thing I was gonna get at as well too is that like because black men don't have agency because we don't. I mean we have agency. We can't control it a lot of times because of who controls our image. We kind of fall prey to that. So like you can make a movie about a white man doing that, and that ain't gonna affect the image of white men.
No,
Because they're not looking to affect that.
They're not. You know, we don't control our agency. It's in the fucking hands of this director right now.
Because of like the social media and shit, we be too invested in this shit like it's real life. That's why. Because a lot of motherfuckers that's this color don't be having no other business to tend to but the business of everybody else. So yeah, it ain't gonna damage the white person and all that, or they not gonna be blacklisted. Like you said, the cat that was in not Why Did I Get Married? I think that was it. No, it wasn't Why Did I Get Married.
Diary of a Mad Black Woman?
Yeah, when he was in the tub and all that.
Yeah.
Okay, hell of an actor. Ain't really he's been in stuff, but not mainstream as that. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, you know, he's used as a pawn.
Yeah, but see, and that's the shit that gotta stop. When Spike Lee said that the buffoonery and coonery, he said it's too much shit that's buffoonery and coonery to our people. He got the most backlash ever. They got into his yes, this is the same
Truth
person.
usually does.
Yeah, but that's the truth hurts. Cause my thing, if it ain't true, why y'all bombarding
so,
this man? Man, they came after him like the Beehive. If you say something about Beyonce, it was that bad.
Let's defend our actions.
I'm talking where agents is calling him, is managing him, like you got to recant that.
Hey, and what's he touching on? This individual we talking about right now?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, this was years ago though.
Yeah,
and it was like
I heard about it. I just didn't.
But
hear exactly
the real people who woke and conscious, like, damn, somebody finally said it.
If you think about what art does, like art really like gives you a perception of the world you don't have.
Life.
Man,
yeah, and life imitates art.
And you don't know what it's like. You don't know what no relationship's like between man and woman. You seeing all this stuff on social media, then you seeing this. It's like, okay, now you feeding this for real.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
And I think he feeds the monster. This writer director feeds the monster in our community. Because another note I put down is like the main character, as is in many other movies, is a Frankenstein of stereotypes.
Yeah,
you know, let's add, you know, how Frankenstein's built, you know, a separate arm, a separate head, a separate leg. You know, let's take all these things that we see and let's magnify them to the fullest. Let's just create a monster.
Kay said something that was so important. The circle. If you around predominantly women, which I know for sure, who's not married, brokenhearted,
always going through the shit,
won't he do it? Always going through shit. That's the topic of conversation you're around. So now, when I'm going to my bag of creativity, you should do a movie about this. And then when you pitching that idea, you ain't in there with no man or no real ass black man to say, nah,
that ain't gonna work.
That ain't gonna work. Or you didn't did 20 of these already. When they plays like that, like, let's do something a little different.
Now remember, I said on another show before too, I said how many times our sisters can't make a point unless they're talking about the lowest scum or the lackluster dudes.
Yeah.
In those instances, it used to puzzle me sometimes. I'm like, well, how come if they say they want these better men, how come you don't actually create that and show that and dwell on that? Because we put more time dwelling on creating the Frankenstein monster, but it's like the only time you can feel empowered is by making men look lower.
Let me challenge it though, real quick. I got a movie coming up. Good Deed.
Which one is that?
Good Deed. Is that with Idris Elba?
No. Good Deed. That's is it D?
No, that's not
Good Deed.
That's No Good Deed. I think.
Yeah. There we go.
That one. But where he was a bad guy.
No, he was the good guy, and then his wife thought he was cheating on him. The individual.
Oh
who
shit!
Talking about.
Yeah. And what he had on that hairpiece, right?
With
that unit, shall we call it?
I don't know.
Was it with the white chick?
No, Gabrielle.
Yeah, but okay. No. Oh, you talking about Daddy's Little Girl?
No, not with Idris. With brother that make all the movies that we talking about right now.
Yeah, he did Daddy's Little Girl.
He was the main character.
Oh yeah. I don't know that one.
See that one.
Yeah.
I don't know. So he worked for a company.
I'm tripping. I was thinking about Alex Cross. My bad.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we not talking about that.
because maybe right, because I can almost hear it be like, well, ain't nobody talking about this movie, that movie. I'm gonna say that movie. He probably did pick the perspective of the good dude, right, and what it looked like when a dude dealing with a woman.
I would say Daddy's Little Girl. He personified that.
The best,
the greatest.
Yeah.
One of the dopest movies ever for fathers.
Yes.
But I think the shit be a ploy. Let me get them in. It's on Jim Jones shit.
Yeah.
It's more
Let me
of
get them in. Let me will them in, and then really project this agenda. Because if I'm doing movies like Daddy's Little Girl, that movie did promote for black men to fight for their children and really lock in with their family, whether I'm with this woman or not. And it projected not just the only the real stereotype of a lot of these sisters, but it was a true story. This is everyday story. Out of 10 black men, I swear 6 men are going through that story every single day.
But see, it's also, to me, it's tokenism as well too, because anybody who knows how to play the game smart knows if I want to hide under the radar as a racist, I'm not gonna come out and say nigger. I'm gonna be like, hey,
you'll get to the top.
I don't fuck with you. Hey, I want to be your friend though. I'm gonna put a token film out there because I can afford to.
Well, hey, before we go on break, that was his best film.
It was.
Token film I've seen. It was beautiful. I went to the movies to see that, and it was just like...
I rewatched that film.
This was before I started having kids, and it was like, fuck, he wrote a real-life story. And some men have did that. There's a lot of men in the pen that did that. Now, I say that's the only unrealistic part, that the dude didn't go to jail for all that ruckus he caused.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? I seen the intentions of the story.
Supposed to go to jail for nigga.
Yeah. But hey, hold on, I'm gonna go to commercial.
All right, I'm gonna save it.
Hey, don't go nowhere. We rocking, man. Don't go nowhere.
Yeah.
I know a lot of y'all upset, but keep it locked. We here on the Patio PolitiCz. Yes, sir.
We don't like Christians and what they stand for, so our purpose is simple. Go to every church and eliminate the real Christians. Or in other words, eliminate people that love the Lord. So we won't be long. Truly believe in God. Truly believe in Jesus Christ. Know that he's real and are willing to die for him as he did you. Stand to your feet right now.
You are now rocking with the Patio PolitiCz.
Back, man. Prayfully, y'all still with us and y'all ain't going nowhere.
Man, they done threw all type of shit at the screen.
Listen with your heart, not your
We
ears.
probably enemy number one. They don't.
Comment sections is filled up right now.
Listen with your heart, not
like
your
us for
ears.
this.
But yeah, that shit, man. It's just we can't continue to pollute our people. We can't, man.
And not to make it seem like we don't appreciate women in power and things of that nature. It's just it's a way to present those type of things across the board to where we're not conflicting with any other area that goes along with it.
But it seemed like that agenda is pushed more towards our people.
Yeah.
And what it calls
because we
is
eat it up.
division. We the only people be having like other podcasts where it's just us fighting each other. You can't go to no white podcast and see that they building.
Yeah.
We are tearing ourselves down. Then it's arguments, it's drink thrones and all that shit. We've been that, but we are now like publicly and known like just to be the mockery of all that.
We entertain our foolish and they entertain our foolishness.
Hey, you know it's so crazy because like what if at a
they
point
fund
in time,
our foolishness.
Yeah.
Man, like what if at a point in time they notice that and then they start catering to it, right? Which is believe that's going on, like Maury, Jerry Springer. Think about the type of shit that they show on there.
Oh, yeah.
The type of shit that's going on in the movie.
Yeah.
And think about, I'm sure like when they look at the stats, who watched this type of shit the most?
It was us,
Us.
Man, you know something that
Yeah,
blurred
like eventually like now like let's make movies that's catering to these same type of emotions to where now it's like you get so caught up in the cycle to where now that's what everybody want to see. You look at Lifetime movies.
I walk in the woman's house and that Lifetime is on, I'm walking out the door.
Every Lifetime movie is like
it's
spearhead though what
good
keeps
too,
us
Robert.
apart, because if you think about it, the ones there are plenty of movies that didn't even have black directors that still push these narratives. One of the things I learned from Spielberg, it hurt my heart to find out Spielberg was the one who helped to push and directed Color Purple.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, so they can come in and basically like get into our internal world.
Yeah.
You know, and push it their way.
Ease.
The only way you can do that is by our own.
Yeah.
You have to be tied to our own, somebody of power to be able to wedge you in there and then bring their minions with them to
So you take advantage of our sisters and their emotions.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And you know, oh yeah, we'll help you guys get your stories
How
out there.
long
We'll
has
show you
this
how
been
horrible
going to?
your own men are. Yeah, you can trust us.
And they did it to the point now where it's women, like nobody wants to see real truthful slavery movies now because of that shit. Because they feel over polluted with I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that. But they know y'all in the drama. Y'all know that's all we into.
They want to see the wrong type of trauma.
Yeah.
They're interested in the wrong.
Well,
type
the
of
other
trauma.
thing too that I've asked before, and I've noticed that you can only oftentimes get a straight answer from chicks who are thinking level-headed. I was like, how come we weren't able to have female empowerment that ultimately resulted in like the woman being empowered to now we both, because 2 is better than 1. That's what the Bible says as well too.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, have y'all noticed, why do you think they want to empower you by yourselves?
You said 2 is better than 1.
Yes.
Yeah, see? Multiple wives. Yeah, that's one of them.
Okay.
Hey, that's one of them. See?
Well, isn't that like 3 is better?
Yeah, no.
No, we're not going to focus on that.
Okay.
That's not what we're looking at here. That's not what we're looking at here.
I want them to get that whole point though, because it's like they never actually understood. Like that's like saying, I don't know, maybe I'm off my rocker when I say this, but it's like, okay, if Robin were to think like, oh man, Batman's always getting more pizzazz than me, and then they empower Robin, it's like, well, you and Batman need each other. You're better.
Yeah.
You're better against all of Gotham together. Not, oh, I'm better. I don't need that nigga now. Fuck Wayne Manor. You know.
Yeah.
I want that status.
Yes.
I want to be the one talked about.
And I always just ask. I always ask whenever I'm in these spaces, just to see like what it's thought of, and a lot of times it just comes back on, you know, because y'all sorry ass niggas and you've always treated us this way, and I'm like, but we all aren't. I was like, why is your mind not to get to a point where 2 is better than 1?
Why are we
always talking about you tired of being alone, or tired of doing it all alone?
Why are we at a collective?
So
Yeah.
Y'all.
That's
Y'all.
just, you know, I don't know.
I tell females all the time, I'm like, hey, check this out. Out the gate, don't give me a rap sheet that ain't mine. Let me earn my own rap sheet.
Yeah.
Abide by that. Act by that. You'll see who I really am. But if I got to come in here and I got to fight 10 niggas that I ain't never knew in my life before, and I got to fight 10 different versions of you two that you don't even, like, come on, man. I'm not fighting.
And I got to fight your mom, your dad, and everybody else.
Man, yeah, I'm not fighting.
And I just want to speak to real quick. I'm gonna let y'all go. The reason I say that too is not per se because we can't take seeing ourselves, you know, in roles of what black men have really done to black women, but it's the mere fact that, like, okay, what is the caveat you're giving us?
We didn't
you keep on.
No,
showing
that's what
that.
I'm saying. Enough is enough.
We done
seen
seen
1,000 movies like that.
But I'm even saying to any of his
Decades.
viewers out there that idolize him, I'm like, okay, at what point do you start asking, all right, are you ready to be done with the war, or are you like, you want to just keep fighting?
It's just a movie, T.
Yeah.
Is it though?
Yeah.
It's just a movie.
Hey, so look, I low key, I could be wrong, but this is what I picked up from everything that you were saying, brother. Was basically like, instead of going against each other, how can we find a way to unify?
Well, if you're
in
not
simpler terms,
yeah.
And a lot of movies, they do push that narrative. What would you say would be a good solution on that?
Well, I would say that,
like, how do we do that?
Got to get past ignorance first, because like I was doing, you just gonna have a bunch of people saying it's just a movie. Once they feel that you want to have a real conversation about it, oh, it's just a movie.
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
don't let that do that to you.
We gotta get past his level.
Yeah.
He's up there.
well,
You gotta get that to where you have your own recording studio.
Yeah.
You monetize your own shit. You got big networks behind you to push your
Power and control your narrative.
Well, black men need their own independent media where we control our own agency as well. But what also has to happen is you have to first, so the question that you asked me, you have to first internalize in yourself that what you want to see is us in a true unified state, and not in a unified state to be politically correct, but like show it correctly. Like one of my favorite shows, a superhero show that I enjoy watching, a black family are the main the main characters of it, and the whole time it's like when you're first watching it, you're like, we always, you never see a black family without some kind of dysfunction. And it's like nice to see the show go on, and it's like they're fighting all external battles, and they are just as average and regular as a white family that doesn't have any issues per se.
Which show is this?
I think I know exactly what you're talking about.
Black Lightning. Yeah.
Nah,
But
it's in that category too.
Well, so there are other things, but the point I'm making is that like,
Come on, man.
how do you? Okay, then how do you do better if you stop? If you can't stop focusing on those things, like why can't we show people living other problems in their lives and it not always having to be dysfunctional?
What you call that? A movie with a black family like that? Robert Townsend, Up in the Way. Nobody was gay.
Is that new?
Nah, it was old.
Remember that?
You remember that shit?
Yeah.
It was a good ass film.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta see it.
Now one of the actors in there was
Disney
gay.
type made it to Disney. Yeah.
Beautiful film. Nobody died. Grandfather was an ex superhero. Beautiful ass film. You get what I'm saying? It's like why that agendas. You're not seeing that in white people's films.
And you know you're right about the show because one of the sisters was homosexual.
Yes. And then even in white people shit, it's tasteful homosexuality. I just seen a remake of, I don't know if y'all familiar with this popular white 90s movie. It's called Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. They BET redid that shit. They had two gay people French kissing with a blunt on the Bible. That's not blasphemy? At a party.
Wow.
So a movie I watched as a child, the white version, no homosexuality, no blasphemy shit, tasteful, fun, wholesome as fuck, family driven. Why would y'all take a great classic like that and butcher that shit
for us?
And to see that means the cinematography was intentional.
Yeah. Oh, it was immaculate.
So
it was immaculate. They got the best of the best. Well, they gonna get the purest of the purest to
give us the grime and the grit.
Yes. Now to get us hooked on that drug.
Yeah, man.
Yes. Yeah.
But I guess, because more so what I was speaking to, K, even though I brought up that show, but I can see where you're coming from, Five. I guess it's just me to the point where I feel like now it's so normalized to like, all right, I'm looking for the dysfunction here. Like, I want to actually watch a picture where I'm not looking forward to black people somehow experiencing the cliche dysfunction.
You're going to have to, like, mentally take yourself out of that. It may take a lot because we're already in it. We're already in it to where we're already hooked. We've been hooked since we were kids, and it takes a particular type of person to recognize it and want to do something different about it.
And that's why answering what he's saying, I'm saying, like, tell yourself that you want to create narratives where you don't see, like, even in the stuff that I'm writing, it doesn't occur to me to throw any of these things in there because I'm not thinking for those things. I'm thinking for just how many different twists and turns can I take them in? I'm not thinking about family dysfunction.
But you see how you're not like that, but immediately like you're trying to find a way to not be like that. Why are you like it if you're not like that way?
Yeah.
Well, no, I'm not.
I'm just like in a general sense. It's like we say like, why can't we give us movies to where we're inspired and this, that, and the other and yada yada yada? It's because they've been giving us the opposite for so long. We don't look for the inspiration.
No, we don't.
Yeah. We don't look for the things that are supposed to be right. We don't want it, so it doesn't grab it. It could be right there in our face, like he said in the one movie. You got this little caveat that turned into this, and this is what we're focusing on, but we missed the small little message here because we're not used to understand
that shot was a 3-second shot that was so monumental. I cut that shit off after that. I'm like, I'm doing this. And I know intentional shots from doing movies.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, it was intentional. It was the best shot in that 15 minutes I've seen. It was the best shot in the movie.
It's like they gotta see this.
Nothing goes into movies that they don't want in there.
Yeah.
You know, that edit gets reviewed
so many times.
Dozens of times.
And I think one of the greatest things about movies is when you can find yourself in a character.
That part.
A lot of these
That's how it used to be, Ryder.
Man, you can find some relatability, and we can't really relate to a lot of this shit that's going on.
Yeah.
It's a thing of the imagination. We're creating the relatability.
The other man.
Yeah. I would even say though, with the guys, even with the bad guys that are constantly being portrayed, they're not even portrayed as human. So it's like
it's a disconnect.
It's so mechanical and robotic. Like I had to force this in there.
Yeah.
You know, that even if you did have somebody like that, you lose the opportunity to connect with them there because you know how many people are probably watching it like.
Or what made them that way? You know, a lot of times, like, you miss that part. Like, what the hell got them to that point? They ain't always been that way.
Mm-hmm. That part.
You know.
To all the filmmakers before we close out there, man, just watch the content you put out because you don't have to be a social media influencer. You putting out any kind of media content, you are an influencer at that point. Whether you're getting one view 1 million views, you are influencing somebody by the stories that you tell. So watch the stories that you tell, man, because your stories that you tell can impact an entire culture, entire nation of people, not for just a moment. Yeah, whatever your intentions are in the scenes may be impactful for that moment, but that impact of a moment can last a lifetime on a lot of motherfucking people, man. So watch the stories you tell. And to those who are inspired by this episode to do positive content and put out movies that want to change they people for the greater, don't be afraid, man. You know, this is a devilish industry, but once you start giving all that power and stuff to the enemy, like you can't prevail with God, then you've already lost that battle. Continue to put out great content, continue to uplift and put out positive messages that's going to uplift our people, and we will prevail. Trust me. It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, 10, 15 years to now, but Yahweh God will have the final say so and laugh and all that.
Come on.
Trust me when I tell y'all.
Don't just tell a past or tell a problem, but tell a vision.
That part, man. Come on, man. I like that.
Message!
There you go, dropping them jewels, man. Trouble T Mills, Mac Millie, Kendon, the Don. It's your man J5T8. Shout out to all the sponsors, the Legato Collection, G. Lou, Dee Harrison, Risque, Creative Educare, man, Rob Naylor, all y'all, man. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank y'all. Those that haven't seen the movie, why don't y'all go check the movie out, man, and then let us know. Let us know in the comment section what y'all think.
I might watch it for all the wrong reasons now.
Yeah. But still do that. Yeah. So watch it. Let us know what y'all think, man, and tap in with us, man. We out here. It's the Patio PolitiCz.
East side.